Then I'm going to go ahead and do the big shape for the teeth hanging down in front. Getting a little bit narrower at the bottom. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and darken a little bit of my guideline for the separation of the teeth.
I am here.
Hi, Mickey.
Hey.
Next, I am going to sketch out this separation between the color and the white part of the face on my demonstration piece there, just very lightly, because we're not going to keep all of these lines. Go right to the edge of the circle there. On both sides. Very, very lightly. And then I'm going to go ahead and place the eyes. In this one, I did some kind of derpy, droopy looking eyes. You can do whatever kind of eyes you want. I'm going to go ahead and put in some circular type eyes. If you don't like circles, you might remember the ones we used to do for the dinosaurs, which were little ovals up like that. I don't want my mouth to run into my eye though, so I'm going to move that down a little bit. And these eyes have generally three parts. We've got the white oval for the reflection, we've got the black part, and then we've got the colored part. So I'm going to go ahead and stick in an oval for the reflection or the highlight, catch light. It has lots of names. All of the names mean that white spot that doesn't get any color. And then the spot on the bottom where we do color it in with blue or green or brown or whatever color the eyes are. Sometimes we call that the macaroni noodle. If I stick in a little macaroni noodle there, it means everything else is going to be black. And really what's happening is we've got the pupil, which is right here. You don't have to draw this part, but I'm just explaining why these shapes are the way they are. If we have the pupil in the center, that's where this curve comes from. And then we use the rest of the darkness as the shadow on the eye on the side, so that we're left with only this little macaroni noodle at the bottom. That is the part that we color. If you want to, you can add a couple of stripes off of that macaroni noodle. That's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other side as well. And then we're going to work on the head shape a little bit so it's not a basketball. First, I'm going to add some fluff onto the cheeks here. So I'm going to go right off of my circle, right at about eye level, and add a nice big bump of fluff right there. You can also do it pointy. You can do this way. Whichever way you like best. I'm going to show you both ways and then you can pick which one you like better. This one's just bumpy, bumpy, bumpy down to the bottom. This one's more like little shark fins or waves of the ocean. So whichever one you like better, do it on both sides. You can do that one or you can do that one. And then I'm also going to flatten off the head a little bit, or you can add kind of a little corner, a rounded off corner. so that's not a perfect sphere on top. You can see this guy has a little bit of a boxiness to his head. So you can either take away from your circle or you can add to your circle, whichever makes more sense for your drawing. If he looks a little too much like Frankenstein, just shave off those corners. Like so. And if you want to give your rabbit, your jackalope, a little hairdo, you can add a couple of fur bumps on top. Doesn't matter how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many you want. And then let's go ahead and add the ears. You can make your ears as large as you like. I'm going to start kind of right above the eye. If we went from the inside corner of the eye straight up, I'm going to start there. Make his ears a little bigger in this one. Whoops, right off the camera. Just so you can see the size difference and how it changes the look of your character, the look of your jackalope. So you can see I'm going a little flatter on top, a little rounder on the bottom. And then I'm using a line to separate the color between the pink part and the outer fur. So if you like little ears, cute and small, you can do those. If you like big ears, you can do big ears. That's up to you. Whichever ear size you choose, try to make them the same on both sides. You can see I'm holding way back on my pencil, so it's a little easier for me to make these curves. I think this ear got a little bit thicker than the first one. That's okay. It's easy to erase your lines when you're drawing lightly. Skinny that one down. Good enough for now. I think this one's still a little shorter. I'll have to make it longer later. But moving on, let's work on the body a little bit. So we're going to separate this body into two basic shapes. One is the legs that are kind of a flat oval at the bottom here. And the other is a circle. It's kind of right in there, maybe an oval. So that this body is kind of like the number 8 who just got a little melted on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and stick in my first shape here, very, very lightly. And then I'm going to overlap my shape, cross right in through it, and make that flattened part. The smaller and more compact you make it, the cuter it'll be. If you want your jackalope to be a little bit older, you can make it a little bit bigger like I did there. Then I'm going to go ahead and just make a little connecting line from one of my shapes to the other. Smooth smooth it out into one big shape, kind of like a bell shape almost. And I'll go ahead and erase my construction lines that I don't need anymore. And we're kind of left with that, kind of a beanbag. We are going to add the standing leg first, right off the edge of our shape here. Coming down, 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 all the way past your shape. And we'll put his first little foot down here. Another one of these oval shapes. Reminds me of Mike and Ike. I haven't had Mike and Ike in a long time, but those candies used to be one of my favorites. Maybe with Halloween approaching, I'll get lucky and get some. And I'm going to separate this one big paw into a couple of toes just by making one big. It's taking up all that space. The next one is going to be medium. And the last one is going to be the skinniest of the three. Why? Overlapping. You can check it out with your own fingers. If I have 3 fingers and they're all about the same width, and then I start turning them, turning them, turning them, turning them, see how that one gets skinnier? This one's still wide, but that one's skinnier, skinnier, skinnier. Then we'll go ahead and add this next leg that's being picked up a little bit. I'm going to put an oval for this little part of the paw where I want it to be on my paper. I think I'm going to put it right there. And it can be pretty much anywhere in front of the rabbit. It just depends on how much you want him to pick up his foot. And again, these are going to be the toes. So I'm going to separate this out into 1 toe, 2 toes. Third one's the skinniest. And I'm going to continue off of this toe to make that top of the leg right there. For the other side, we're going to think of those big kind of raindrop shapes once again. If this is the point of my raindrop right across the top of the paw, I want this side to be much, much rounder. And then you can go ahead and erase your plot lines that you don't need anymore. And just like we smoothed out the body shape, I'm going to smooth out this sharp little point right here. Just putting in a little reverse curve, smoothing that off. And if you want to add a few little bumps for fur, whichever kind of texture you used for the face, if you used kind of the shark fin style, then do the same kind of style on the arms too. And I'm going to add a couple little bumps of fur. And then we'll also add this triangular patch of fur right on the chest, right in front. And when I'm doing this one, I'm just trying to make it so that the bumps of fur are all a little bit different. If I do the same one over and over, it doesn't look very natural. And a lot of times we want our drawings to look like they could possibly maybe exist. And if we make the bumps all different sorts of shapes, lengths, thicknesses, that kind of thing, it will be more convincing or more organic, as they say in the art world. If you happen to get any tangents, I kind of got a tangent here with this bump of fur hitting right into my leg. Just go ahead and separate those out. I can make my leg line a little shorter maybe, so it doesn't bump into there. And then we still need some back feet. So on this side we get kind of a side view of the foot. I'm just going to stick out a flattened shape on the bottom right here, with this bump of the leg going right over it. And if you want to do the exact same thing on the other side, you can do that. You can have him with one foot one way, one foot the other way, or you can do like I did in the demonstration piece and you can turn one foot more toward you. And when it goes more toward you, it gets a little bit taller and more narrow. This one was long and wide. This one's narrow. The one that's pointed to the side, we're just going to separate off one toe. The other toe is too short and covered up by the longer toes in the middle, so we don't have to do all three. Just put one separation there. But if you have a foot that's pointing more toward us, then we're going to go ahead and separate out 3 toes from our main shape. And lastly, we're going to need a tail. I kind of stuck my tail out to the side so I could see it better. Might be that your tail is going to be really skinny and hidden behind your jackalope's body. Pick whichever you like best. Maybe your jackalope has a lion tail. You can go ahead and add a lion tail if you want. Something like that. It's your fantasy animal. You do what you want. So if we stopped right here, we would have a rabbit. But to make it a jackalope, we're going to add some little antlers on top. And I'm going to have it come kind of out in the center of the ear. Maybe right here. I'll have it come up and around. I'm going to ignore this little nub on the side here and just do the main shape first. I'm going to bring this back around, get a little bit thicker where it goes into the head. It's that bigger shape first. Then I can always come back and add another little bump if I want to. We'll zoom in on that part so you can see a little better. Turn that first big shape. I'm gonna try my best to make them the same, but if they're not, that's okay.
Oh man, this sucks. I'm trying to like use my little select tool and change a specific part of my drawing, you know, like the color.
Yeah.
But the thing is, whenever I activate it, the area that it is turns red, you know, and I can't see what color I'm changing it to because it's got a red filter on it.
Does Metabang let you change the color of your mask or your selection? No?
I don't know.
You might check your like preferences. Yeah, your preferences or something and see if they'll let you change the color. Because I know Photoshop will let you do that, but I don't know about Metabang.
File, edit, layer, filters, select, snap, color, view, tool, window, cloud, help. Those are my options. Which one should I? Which one would do that?
It would probably be in edit or file. Probably edit.
Edit.
Usually I go to edit first. If it's not there, then I check file.
Yeah. File.
There's no preferences or settings.
Layer, filter, select, snap, color, view.
Nah, it doesn't sound
Looking
like
at view and I don't see anything for the mask. Window, cloud, help. I think I have to Google it. I think Google is better than just me messing around because I don't know what all of this does.
Yeah.
Metabang. Can opener?
Can opener? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Metabang. Can you change? And mask is spelled like you know how you regularly spell mask, right?
Yeah.
Change the color of an outline. How to use a clipping mask function to change line art. Using the layer feature. How to replace colors.
Is it the magic wand that you're using or the regular marquee tool?
It's called Select Pen Tool.
Maybe search for
but
that.
It's like it turns
change the color of the select pen. Because then you'll at least get the tool that you're trying to use.
Yeah.
Once you like your jackalope, time to ink. I'm going to roll my kneading eraser in my hands to make a little rolling pin. Roll it all over my drawing. Especially since I tend to press really hard with my pencil, I get a lot of extra graphite on my paper. And, excuse me, get rid of that. And then you can grab an ink pen, a thin Sharpie, ballpoint pen, whatever you got.
Whoops. Sorry, the thing was loading in weird. Did you hear that?
I heard just like a very faint kind of background music.
Yeah, nope, that wasn't what I was looking for. It's all about like how to change the color of your line art, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Or how to select colors in general. I'm guessing that's just not a thing you can do.
The only other way around it then is you'd have to change your red color to something else until you selected it. You know what I mean? Like you just work with it as blue or something else since you can't change the mask color.
Yeah.
But I'll look into it. They should have it where you can change the color.
Did Fire Alpaca have that?
I don't think I've ever checked.
Yeah. One thing I did notice though is that maybe it's like called a different thing on here, but as far as I know, there isn't a like onion skin tool in
No,
here.
Metabang doesn't have any of the animation tools.
Yeah, oh well. I can always just go back if I want to do that.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense that just use whatever program has the tools you need. Just like before I mentioned, there's a couple of stripes on my demonstration piece if you want to add a couple of little marks. Transition from the pure black over into your little macaroni noodle. You can do that. You don't have to, it's just if you like it.
Edit. Filter. Hue. Like a fun little guessing game.
I hope it's fun.
Yeah, which color is it turning to? I have no idea. And I can't like just select it like with something else because you know what, actually I have a better idea. I'll just copy it. I'll just copy and paste and then I can just use the project alpha and do it that way.
Yeah.
I just realized that's way better than what I was going to do.
Always more than one way to do everything in digital art. That's what makes it difficult to learn, right? But then later on, it gets easier to get around these problems because you have so many different methods to do it. I don't like that.
Yep. Oh yeah, this works way better. Yep, that worked.
All right. I'm going to give my jackalope little eyebrows, but if you don't like the eyebrows, you can just leave it as it was with a color separation. And when you've inked all the lines you want to keep, you can gently erase the rest of the pencil. Oh, we're doing really well on time. Okay, I'll leave that up for about 4 more minutes in case you are finishing up. I'm going to try playing a little YouTube royalty-free music. You guys let me know if it gets too loud or too just distracting.
was about the third week into Kathy's weight loss battle where things really started to go downhill. She was eating salads 4 or 5 times a day.
The gold on the Phoenix last time came out so good. I thought I'd go ahead and give my Jackalope golden antlers. So I'm going to repeat that brown, yellow, orange technique that we learned. If you don't want to give your Jackalope golden antlers, that's fine. You don't have to. I'm going to do a brown kind of squiggly line right along the edge of my antlers. That separates it into a wide side and a skinny side. The skinny side is going to be the orange side. Then the rest I'm going to fill up with my yellow colored pencil. And I'll color right over the whole thing, right over the brown and the orange. Get all of those colors mixing together. On the other side, I'll do the same thing. And then one more time with the yellow right over the top of it all. And you can color your jackalope any color you would like. But generally, whenever there's white fur, I tend to, let me darken my camera a little bit so you can see it better. I tend to put a little bit of yellow or a little bit of light blue just to give it a little bit of shading, a little bit of color. So for this rabbit, I think I'm going to use my light blue for the parts of the fur that I want to make white. And I'll just lightly go around the edge. And really, this could be any light color. You could do light purple, light pink, light green. It would just kind of indicate that there's some green colors in your rabbit's fur. Or maybe he's from another planet, we don't know. Be kind of cute if he had little alien antenna instead of antlers. This time I think I'll make my jackalope pink. I don't make too many of my animals pink, I don't think. So I'm going to get my light pink and a darker pink or a red. I'll just have to press lightly. Any place where two things are going to overlap, I'm going to add some of my dark pink or light red, whatever it is you have. And then I'm going to just press more lightly, lightly, lighter, 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 so that it fades into white. I'll do it down here too. Start out pressing medium, and then I'm going to go slightly lighter, lighter, lighter. My pencil is flying away from the paper. On the other side too. Actually, I'm going to turn my paper so it's more comfortable. And I'll go ahead and take my lighter pink and I'll color right over the top. Color all the way up the ear. We have about 8 more minutes left of class time. So if you can't finish in 8 minutes, no worries, you can finish up on your own time. I just hope that you'll remember to send it in for the art show. Email it to teamjli@gmail.com. And do the same thing with my darker pink, right where these two shapes overlap. Dark, and then it gets lighter, lighter, lighter. Dark, and then it gets lighter, lighter, lighter. Where this arm is overlapping the body, I'll put that darker and then lighter, lighter, lighter. Same thing with this one. Darker underneath the arm, lighter, lighter, lighter.
Searching for music for your next video? Then you need to check out our list. With amazing new music.
Oh, hey, Betsy, I'm gonna leave early, but I'll be back for the second class.
Okay, no problem.
Alright, see you.
See ya!
Bye. I'll show you what I did. Bye.
Bye!
Okay, hold on, I'm having trouble logging out. Nope, I don't want to screen share. Whoops, I don't log out very often.
About 4 minutes left. I'm darkening the top of the nose just so that it's a little bit different from my light pink nose. Doesn't actually make sense shading wise, but that's okay. I'm the artist, I wanted to do it. After all of my shadows are in place, whoops, I missed one on the tail. White fur there. With my light pink, I'm gonna go right over the top. Alrighty, time is about up for class time anyway. Like I said, if you didn't finish, you can finish on your own time. Today is what? 10, 9, 20. And who's ever ready to show what they've done so far, go ahead and hold it up to your camera. I will spotlight it for everybody. Wow, nice! I like that lion tail. That came out extra good. Is it blue? Is it purple? Gray?
Blue with pink floating around.
Oh, nice. How about you, Callista? Let's see what you got. Oh, look at how cute it is. Looks like you had fun.
This is my mom's.
And that's your mom's? Awesome! Those gold antlers. Those are pretty fun, right? Excellent. I hope you guys had fun. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the other class. So I will see you guys probably next week. Bye.